everybody. It's Professor Malat here with your week one overview. Every week, I will provide a fresh overview, and the way you get to that is to go into the modules and click on the week one overview or the week overview, whatever week it happens to be. So while I like to reuse some of my lectures, these weekly overviews will almost always be fresh in the semester that I am teaching. I don't like to recycle that information, mostly because either I have switched things up a little bit with assignments or because it's date specific. So these weekly overviews are not recycled for the most part. Sometimes I might reuse snippets because it does take a lot of time to record these overviews and provide them for you. There's a lot of editing and other things that are involved in doing YouTube videos. So anyway, here is the week one overview. Each of the weekly modules look this way, and you may have already watched the course orientation video or the course overview video where I talk a little bit about how each module is set up. The modules are set up with information, so I provide weekly objectives. I also provide your readings, any videos that I would like you to watch. So this week one overview will be linked here. That's how you will know how to find it, as well as the assignments with the due date reminders. So this week we're going to be reviewing the course syllabus, the objectives, any expectations, and essentially just to introduce you to college level reading, writing, and critical thinking. This is a good time to become familiar with Canvas, how to navigate through it, and of course, how my course is laid out. Because it is a fully online asynchronous class, we don't meet. So these videos are super important to watch. Because it provides you with content and it provides you with a bit of guidance on what's expected each week. So as we go through the class, as we go through the semester, each module, as I said before, looks this way. We have these headers that will help you to navigate through it. And you'll have opportunities for lots of reading, lots of videos to watch. You don't have to watch each and every one of them because I don't have assessments that are tied to them, but it's good content to help in your understanding because we are not in class a couple of times, face to face each week. You're kind of on your own. I guide you through the content, but you're kind of on your own as far as what you're going to read and what you are going to be watching. Sometimes there are assessments tied to the readings. Other times you are just left to figure but synthesize the information that I provide each week and figure out whether or not you have the time to read and watch everything that I've posted each week. There'll be opportunities for discussions with your classmates and with me in the discussion board assignments. They won't be weekly, but there are a good amount of discussion boards. So let's talk about this week. This week, the objectives are to establish a community within our online classroom by introducing ourselves, acknowledge an understanding of the course requirements as outlined in the syllabus, and using the various features of Canvas to become familiar with submission guidelines. So there are some readings this week. Of course, I encourage you to read through the course syllabus. There is a short video that kind of walks you through the most important parts of the syllabus, and those are the items that I include in the basic course syllabus document that you will see in the course orientation module. So if you have not already gone through the course orientation, please make sure that you go through that. I'm going to just backtrack for a moment here. There is this module here that says start here, course orientation. It takes you through the course overview, the course documents that are important to have, as well as the list of the course resources. Let's go back to week one. So read the course syllabus. Make sure that you download the writer's practice. If I get time, I will try to pull those pages that are relevant from the larger PDF and have individual files. But for the time being, just go by the page numbers that are in the PDF. If you happen to have the book, maybe you got it through the library or something like that, or you found it really cheap, and you want a physical text, then look for Introduction to the Writer's Practice. The book is set up in such a way that there are, in the table of contents, you have these section titles, and I provide the page numbers for a PDF. I have a stray hair that is tickling my neck. You're wondering why the heck I keep grabbing at my neck. So one thing that I have done, and this was fairly successful, at least for my online classes, because you're in prep composition, you'd probably need a little bit of a refresher for grammar. So I give you grammar quizzes almost every week. And I take that information from not only the University of Mississippi Rhet Lab, where we're talking about punctuation things and certain grammar issues, but also the Grammarly website. And we'll see the Grammarly website later on in the semester. So there are 3 readings from the University of Mississippi Rhet Lab for preparation of this week's grammar quiz. They're dealing with apostrophes, possessives, and contractions. Each one of these links goes to a separate page, and all you need to do is read through the information. And you can even click the button at the bottom if you want to. Those are the first 3 pages. But focus on apostrophes, possessives, and contractions, and that will prepare you for this week's grammar quiz, which I will talk about in a moment. And then there is a handout from the University of North Carolina Chapel Hill Writing Center called Writing Anxiety. I know that a lot of people who take this class, some of you have been away from college for quite some time, and you're coming back and you're kind of uncertain about your level of writing skills. And some of you maybe are just coming from high school, but you didn't do really well in high school, and you have chosen to take this class so that you can be prepared for the rigors of English 1001. Whatever your situation is, I have it pretty much, I'm very confident that the majority of students who take prep composition have some level of writing anxiety. So I have this handout for you to read about writing anxiety and writer's block, negative feelings related to writing, so on and so forth. And this is just to help you feel a little bit more comfortable in the course. I'm not saying that everybody has writing anxiety, but a good number of students in the course will have some level of writing anxiety or negative feelings associated to writing. So that's a good handout to read and ease your way into the course. As I said before, each week I post videos that contain content relevant to the week's topics. Sometimes they are lectures that I've recorded for other classes that I have on YouTube. Usually those are just kind of generic content where it's not date specific or tied to any particular assignment. It's just a lecture on information that I feel is necessary for you to help complete the week's assignments. Other times it'll be videos from other people on YouTube. Crash Course is one. Sometimes it's Purdue Online Writing Lab, or other college instructors who have created quality materials, so I don't have to reinvent the wheel. So the videos for this week, I don't have any lecture materials that I am providing. This is just the overview of for the first week. So we have the course overview. I know it's lengthy. I didn't intend it to be lengthy, but it wound up being about 33 minutes long. And then we have this week one course overview. It says 14 minutes here. That's because that was last semester's length. We will see how much it actually turns out to be in the end. So those are the two things that I want you to watch this week. Just watch the overview videos, get familiar with Canvas, how to navigate it, how to find the things in Canvas and get through the course, that kind of thing. So let's talk about the assignments for a minute. So I talked about grammar and I said that you'll have a grammar quiz. I do want to explain a little bit about the grammar quizzes. Each grammar quiz, even though the readings are linked in the reading section for the week, I also include them at the top of the instructions for the grammar quiz. So this week's grammar quiz is dealing essentially with apostrophes, right? So if you do the readings, you complete the readings, you take the short quiz to test your knowledge. You have 3 attempts to take the quiz to improve your score. I actually need to edit this because it's a practice quiz. There shouldn't be any points, but so you can take it as many times, and that's really, it's not to assess or see how well you perform. It's really a way for you to synthesize the information to make sure that you actually have an understanding. So I'm not assessing your skill level, but this, by allowing you to take it multiple times, it helps to cement the information in your head a little bit better. So hopefully that will work well for you. That's the grammar quiz. And then we have a couple of discussion boards. I know that seems like it's super extra, especially for the first week, but there are a couple of things that I want you to do. All of these assignments are, they're fairly easy. Not super, it doesn't take a lot of thinking, but so the first one is just, of course, an introduction. So introduce yourself with your name, your major, if you have one. Maybe you don't have one, but maybe you have some interests or you're thinking about a particular field. Any hobbies or interests. Photos are most welcome. That helps everybody feel a little bit more comfortable. We get to see faces, or if you have pets or something like that and you love your pets or your kids. I mean, I wouldn't recommend photos of your family, but if you're comfortable sharing that within this small group, go for it. But your fur babies, that's a plus. Cats, dogs, whatever else you have, ferrets. Tell us what brings you joy. Again, photos are great. If you are into hiking, I would love to see some of your trail photos. If you like to travel, that kind of thing. Anything else you want to share? As I said before, pet pics, your latest accomplishment. Maybe you're really proud of something that you recently achieved. You can type your intro or attach a video or audio file. The point is just to be creative and have fun. This is a low stakes assignment. It's really just helps to build community, especially in this online classroom. Where it can feel like we're disconnected, right? So I really want you to feel comfortable sharing about yourselves to the level of your own comfort. If you want to just keep it to your interests and your major and your name, that's fine. The second discussion board here is called PB&J. So this is taken from the book for our no, it's not taken from the book for our course, but it's from the author of the book for our course. It's taken from his other book, Why They Can't Write. And the exercise is, how do I make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? You might be thinking this is kind of beneath you. That's fine. Continue to believe this if you must, but do it anyway. Consider it a warm up. So we have the problem. Someone wants a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but they don't know how to make one. You need to tell them how to do it because they're hungry and PB&J is really good. So the purpose here is to provide your audience with a piece of writing that allows them to satisfy themselves with a delicious peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And the process is to write the directions for making peanut butter and jelly sandwich. post your instructions within the discussion board. So to do that, you just click on reply, type in, see, I can't even type in your message, step by step. And when you're done, you just click post reply. If you prefer to write it out in a document, you can attach the document. You just look up your file, right? So that's how you reply to a discussion board. I didn't say that in the first discussion board directions, but that's how you reply in a discussion board in case this is your first semester and you've never done a discussion board before. So you can do it in numbered steps. You could do it in a paragraph narrative format. It's really up to you how you do this. Again, this is super low stakes. I don't want you to stress over it. I don't want you to overthink it. Be creative. It can be funny if you want it to be funny. It's really up to you what choices you make in creating these instructions on how to make a peanut butter and jelly. Select one peer's post. You can print out their instructions or follow the instructions on your device and try to make that sandwich by only following their directions. But the one thing I want to say here is you don't have to go out and buy ingredients. If you lack the ingredients, if you don't like peanut butter and jelly, then you can just imagine that you're making a sandwich by following their directions. And then report back to your classmate, responding to their instructions post on the discussion board by answering the following questions. Did following the directions result in an acceptable sandwich? Is anything missing from the directions? And did they think of something that you forgot to include in your own directions? Right. So you at least one peer to respond to. If you want to respond to several people, that's fantastic. But yeah, so this is a little different type of exercise. It's kind of a writing exercise, but it's also a thinking exercise. And next week, when we have had a chance to read one another's instructions, it'll make more sense. So that is the PB&J discussion board. Oops. And then the last assignment here is a journal entry. So this is journal number 1. And I'd like you to post 1 to 3 images, GIFs, or memes that show how you feel about writing. So let me call that up in the student view. And the way you go about doing that is to start, you just click on the red Start Assignment button. You can do a text entry. And to add images, you would just upload images and search your computer for your images. Or, let's see, what else? User images. If you already have images in your Canvas account, you can do that as well. So you could do it as a text entry, or if you want to create an upload file, you can choose a file, right? Just by uploading photos or something like that. Okay. So 3 images, 1 to 3 images, GIFs or memes. They can be funny, anything that reflects to us how you feel about writing. I am not going to be offended if you hate writing. I've had plenty of students who have hated writing, and hopefully I will be able to change your mind over the course of the semester. Again, don't overthink it. And if you have any questions, or if you're running into a technical issue, or you just don't understand something, of course, you can contact me. Email me or text me. Remember, you can text me at the number that is in the syllabus. It's also on the home page, at least for this first couple of weeks. I will keep the home page as it is right now with my contact information. I recommend that you save my phone number in your phone. That way I am there. And if you need to send a text for some reason, you can do that. If you send me a text, just make sure that you put your name on it, who you are, so I don't, get this random text and I'm not sure who's trying to contact me. Always include your name in your text, okay? Because I don't have you saved in my phone. So that is week 1 in a nutshell. So make sure that you read through everything, get through those readings, especially these 3 readings to prepare yourself for the grammar quiz. Watch the course overview, familiarize yourself with how I have things set up in my Canvas course. I know every instructor does it differently. And then, of course, you've gotten through this video and complete the assignments. And again, if you have any questions about the assignments, feel free to get in touch with me. Oh, one thing I do want to say, you don't have to respond to the introductions. You're more than welcome to, but it's not a requirement. But for the PB&J assignment, I do want you to try to get your peer responses due. And this is the case for most discussion board assignments. You will have your initial post due on the Sunday, and then I give you 3 days to respond to your peers if there is a peer response that's required for that assignment. So make sure that you get your post done by Sunday, the 14th, and get your response back the following week, Wednesday, the 17th. Okay? Have a great week, everybody. I'm looking forward to learning more about you and meeting you. And you know how to get in touch with me. Take care. Bye-bye.